you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. The sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special path tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
All right. Hey, everyone. Time for Puzzle Talk, the geocaching puzzle podcast brought to you by the Geocache Talk Network. And here is your host, Electric Water Boy, Tom Brotherman. Hey, buddy. Oh, and a Whataburger.
And Whataburger. The wife loves me.
Nice. For those of you that don't have Whataburger in your life,
sorry.
We're very sorry. We don't understand your pain. We try to relate to you in some way. It's like if you don't have Bluebell, if you have Bluebell or Whataburger or all that, I mean, or Buc-ee's, I mean, we want you to come visit the great state of Texas and Albano. We just got a Whataburger. Awesome. So there you go.
The number four. Number 4,
spreading
grilled
out.
Onions and grilled jalapenos.
There you go. Spreading to the south, at least the southeast. We'll, but we understand there's specialties all over the country, all over the world, because we're international. We understand all that. But if you happen to visit Texas, we do recommend Buc-ee's, Whataburger, Bluebell. I don't know. There's a lot of other things we could do too, but so there you go. All right. Well, Charles is in between cities right now, so he will join us in a little while, I think, maybe. If not, the two of us will carry on.
You want to place bets on when he'll get here?
8:35.
Oh man, and I was 32.
You have something else?
That's too close. I'll say 27. 8:27.
8:27. Okay, got it. Fish and Kitty says DQ. Yep, DQ. It's always been a staple. DQ, I know is out there quite a bit. I mean, I think there's in several places, but all right. Before we get too far in to the show, before we even get to notes, I do have something that I wanted to bring up. We're going to give away 2 coins tonight, not one. We're going to give away 2 coins tonight. 2. We're going to give away 2 Puzzle Talk coins. So, pardon me. Puzzle Talk coins. Oop. Guess it's this way. We're going to give away 1 during the show. We're going to give away 1 to our audio listeners. Thank you, audio listeners, for always being there for us. And here is what you'll want to do for the first coin. You're going to want to put in a hashtag in the chat room. So if you're not in the chat room and you'd like to join us and win a coin, then you'll want to be in the chat room, because you're going to want to type in something. You're going to want to type in, let me put in a banner. I don't want to put it in the chat room, otherwise it'll.
While you're typing in a banner, yes, if you have your hold on, you're getting ahead. If you keep jumping ahead. Don't hit
Sorry.
the button.
Maybe it'll
Leave
be
it
a good
alone.
luck charm.
You have your Puzzle Talk coin. It makes solving puzzles a whole lot easier.
It does. You're right. Exactly. Okay, sorry about that. I jumped the gun there on Cache Canada's comment. That was good. Yes, put in hashtag Google is your friend in all caps, GIYF, as in Google is your friend, GIYF. And we'll be giving that away during the show. At the end of the show, we're going to give you a question. If you can answer that question, then you'll want to email us at, hang on, I'll tell you. Let me bring up Puzzle Talk.
And it's puzzletalk at
Nope, not that one.
gmail.com.
Puzzle Talk Podcast at gmail.com. So if you're an audio listener, fear not, you have a chance to win a coin, and you'll want to put in.
Hey, Gary Eckert.
There you go. So, and then in the meantime, I'll need to bring up our giveaway tool on the side, so that I can get all this good info going. Hashtag GIYF.
And you're going to keep track of all that. So if
Yes,
you mess this up, it's all on you because I didn't.
it is all on me. Wow, we've got eight entries already. Just boom, just like that. Just like that. We're just getting cranked up. So I'll mention it during the show at various points of the show. So put in, I put in one time, Cache Canada, but you got to put in at least once correctly. So you can't do it that way. You have to do just a hashtag no, not TGIF, Josh Paul. That will not win you anything. Although I wish it was Friday. That'd be nice because I'm off of work next week. So
I thought that was toes go in first.
Toes go in first. Cache Canada in the Yoda version for Google is your no. For Google is your friend. Google is yours. Okay, whatever.
That's easy for you to say.
That was tough. All right, couple notes we want to mention. There's still merch, Puzzle Talk merch out on Chromia Print. So if you'd like to buy something, you can go to Chromia Print or go to the website, go to geocachetalk.com, go to the store, and you can go through the store and you can find Puzzle Talk merch. There's other items as well. So, check it out. So, new. So reach the peak. Go ahead.
Did I ever get it in right?
I don't know if they ever did or not. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they did.
Get it. You better get that in right.
He
Of
did.
course, for him, though, wouldn't it be hash
Google is your friend. He's got it.
GYIF, comma A?
No. Oh, right. The Canadian version.
Yeah.
Okay, so reach the peak. Still going on. Still going strong. Have you?
I got started on this month. I haven't
Did you?
finished
Okay,
yet.
cool. Yep. This is a tough month. I don't know about you. We all cache differently. My December is usually so busy with various items. I don't get a lot of caching done in December. That's the way I am.
If this years ago, yeah, I would have. If it was off time, I was out caching, and I've slowed down to. I get a good caching day in like once or twice a month, and then to grab a cache here or there.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Where you and I live, we're not based from. If you would take the whole world into context, you and I live really close.
You could fit Delaware in between us.
Could we really?
Probably.
Wow. We're probably that far. Yeah, but still, in a grand scheme of the entire world, we're only 5 hours away, I think, right? About 5 hours?
Yeah, about 5.
Roughly. About 5 hours. So we both live in, the South, which means we never see any of the thing called snow. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Usually this time of year, parts of the world are covered in snow, which makes it a little harder to find things on the ground, especially for those that are, if you've seen, and I know you have, you've seen the folks who are digging out a location to get to a cache that's usually a normal, like a LPC that's a 1.5 or something, and you got to dig to get to it.
You
That's a
get,
dirty word.
yeah.
No, it's
You
clean. It's white as snow.
you get some of that stuff now and then where you're at, don't you?
Yeah, and you and I both went through the
S-
snowpocalypse,
Yeah, Snowmageddon. That's what they're calling it here. Yeah.
snowmageddon, which was um got down to -8. What was the lowest ever got down to?
I don't know, but I
Anyway,
just know I didn't have power for 12 time and no water.
yeah. So yeah, Albedo.
Which in
Or,
Canada, I guess they call Tuesday. You know.
yeah, right, Tuesday. But yeah, it becomes a 5 terrain. There you go. But I don't do as much. I mean, everybody cash however you want to cash. That's our motto. But anyway, so hopefully you'll be able to get out. Now, one thing that I tend to always do every year, and last year was kind of cool. I did it with my son, who I don't normally get to see. My oldest, who lives in Georgia, he came back for holidays, and we went and found um, a cache right before the end of the year, and then we found, or the 31st, and then the next day we found one. So we got the two souvenirs, which they've been doing now for a couple of years now. These um, end of the year souvenirs. So those are coming
Yeah.
up too. So prepare for that. That's kind of cool. I like their end of the year souvenirs. They're kind of cool. Uh oh, eat more possum. There you go.
Yeah. I was I was laughing at
You,
that name.
you can eat them, I think, but
I'm gonna say I
um,
probably have.
so if you're wondering what people are doing, if you put in a hashtag Google is your friend tonight, we
Actually,
will
just the initials. Hashtag GIYF.
yeah, hashtag capital G, capital I, capital Y, capital F, and I'll put it in the banner. Put in hashtag GIYF. Google is your friend. Only once. Doesn't matter if you do it a second time. It won't take a second. Uh, one. So there you go. Google is your friend. All right. Let's.
And then other news, you got one more news thing up there. Some big
I
event
do.
that happens in July.
Yeah, that's kind of a standing, a standing one. Definitely check out cashfest.com as we add to those information about Cashfest. Um, the page just so we can see it real quick. And we can talk briefly about.
Well, I'm going to predict there's going to be an upcoming where we talk about puzzles that are in the park up there.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. We'll do that. Um, so there it is. Definitely put in your will attend if you're possibly going to go. 5 days of events. I think it might be more than that. Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It'll be 6 days. I have to make a change to that. There'll be at least 6 days of events starting on July 12th, going through July 17th, if I get my date
So
right.
so y'all have added Tuesday. It's not on there yet,
Not on there yet. We'll add it. But
and
we've
it's
got,
just because you got the 13th through the 17th written there.
correct. We've got more to add to that. Um, yeah, a couple things to mention about Cash Fest is, yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll go through some of the puzzles, or we won't solve them for you, but we'll kind of discuss the puzzles that are in the area. Again, we're not here to solve anything, but we want to kind of give you guys the tools.
Point you in the
That's
right
our
direction.
point you in the right direction. So this is the goal of Puzzle Talk every week, is just either A, give you tools so you can solve the puzzles around you or anywhere, and then second, we want to build into you a not only a love of puzzle caches, but also that you'll go out and you'll make some for other people. So that's kind of our goal for Puzzle Talk. We are going to have a Puzzle Talk Academy while we're there. There's some coins. If you want to buy some coins, they're going like hotcakes now. That's where we had to show you. So we have a Gadget Academy, a Challenge Academy, and we'll have a Puzzle Academy. And
You mentioned coin, the event coin for that. My goodness,
coin,
that thing's awesome.
Yeah, there they are. Very
That's
cool.
That's the pre-event. I'm talking about the event coin you
Oh,
showed
the event
the other
coin.
night.
Yeah, we did. We did show the event coin the other night on the Plain Old Sunday show. Yeah, definitely. So it'll be good. And I think that the fun part that again, I can't really what days are gadget. I think Fish and Kitty, they're both gonna be on Saturday. I think all the academies will be Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. There'll be other events going on. We're talking to some of the local businesses about working with them on some other things within the Cash Fest. I feel like that you'll have a really cool part of the day, however you want to go about it. But Puzzle Academy is going to be, I think, really neat, that you'll be able to find, or you'll be able to solve puzzles, which hopefully that'll give you more incentive to make some puzzles back home. You'll be able to solve some puzzles, and then who knows where those coordinates go. You might end up at a cache. You might end up at a business that might hand you some cool swag. You might end at a restaurant that'll give you a discount. I mean, there might be, who knows where you'll end up. You might end up at some really great places, but whatever's at the end of the rainbow on that puzzle will be cool. So that's all I can say on that. All right. What else?
And Puzzle Academy and Gadget Academy, I guarantee, will not be at the same time.
No,
because I'm going to Gadget Academy.
we would not do that to you. We'll make sure also that it does not interfere with the music that evening. So we're going to have some live music at their amphitheater. We have secured the amphitheater at Shelby Farms. It's a cool little spot. The seating for that, by the way, if you want to make a note and plan, it's kind of a grassy slope. So if you want to bring chairs or blankets, it's not like cement with individual seats or something like that. Just so you know, you plan ahead, bring some chairs or bring blanket or whatever you want to sit on. But it's kind of the way they make the amphitheater there is it's obviously sloped so you can sit and be able to see without having somebody without it being a problem. So, all right, you get the idea. Hopefully everybody's seen it, but let's
one last thing I'm going to put this in the banner here. I challenge Gary to solve this puzzle before the show.
Oh my!
Y'all might want to do it too. But Gary might have to use Google for this. He has. I don't think you haven't looked at this yet, have you?
I haven't.
I saw this and I immediately thought of you.
Well, thank you. I will.
So he says
pull,
right now.
Pull it up whenever. Yep. Do you want to pull it up now? You want to go for that one first?
You can. You can. Go ahead if you want.
Let's share that page. This is a good example, I think, of a real world example, right? Of Google being your friend.
It could be.
Could be. Or I could completely flub it. You never know. Christmas trivia number 11. All right.
Look, it's only a short drive for you.
Oh, is it really? You really got one. Oh, it is in Texas. Yeah, 294 miles. Not bad. For Texas, that's, around the corner.
That's a trip to the grocery store.
Yeah, pretty much. A 4.5. Yikes. Okay, what Christmas movie released in 1988 was advertised as the greatest Christmas story ever told? All right, then, pardon me. Let's do a couple things. Let's Google, because they put it in quotes. So let me Google, because Google is your friend.
Bring up your Google page.
Yep, let me do that. So let me stop sharing that one. Let me bring up my Google page. Google is your friend. Oh, okay. So Google tells me that.
Well, bring up your Google page. So we can
Oh, I'm
jump.
sorry.
I'm gonna go right into some of the things you can do here. Then. All right, you just put it like that. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, look, and it is like that. Good. Put all that up there. Go up to your search line and put the whole thing in quotes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, what that does without the quotes, it's looking for something that kind of resembles that, but it has most of the words. When you put it in quotes like that, then
Right.
it's looking for that exact phrase,
Correct.
which is
Right.
on that first thing there. Is there any below that? Scroll down to see if you got any others.
Goes to videos. Then it goes to other things.
You got a few other things. All right, so now go back up to the top.
Okay.
We're going to add another thing. Then put a space, and then didn't it have the year was 1988?
Yep,
I think.
it did. So I can put in 1988, just like
Put a
that.
plus sign in front of it.
Okay. A plus and a space, or just a plus? You
You can
think
put a space and then put the plus and then just a number. Yeah, like that.
like that?
And now hit
Or-
search.
Okay. Let me put a space. I think it probably wants another space in there. Okay.
No. You don't put a space between the plus and what you're looking for.
Oh, really? Because it
No,
didn't like it. Now, do I do it like that? Maybe.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't have.
No results found.
Well, put a space between the question mark, or put it in the front maybe. Because
Okay.
what the plus does is that's telling it
Should add that. Right.
no, not to add it. That 1988 has to be part of that page.
Within quotes, though, is that going to cause a? Do I need to take out the quotes?
No.
Okay.
And you want the plus in front, not behind.
Oh, my fault. Okay, I'm sorry. So I want to do plus 1988 and then a space that like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Now search.
It gave me no results, but then it does results with no quote. If I take out the quote, it takes it out, but
So the plus tells it to include that. That word has to be included. Now, if you were looking for something, let's say you're looking up trucks,
right.
and you wanted to know all kind of four-wheel drive trucks, except for Dodge. You don't want a Dodge.
Right.
So you could put four-wheel drive trucks and then put minus Dodge and it will bring up everything about 4-wheel drive trucks except for Dodge trucks. If Dodge is on the page, it would exclude it.
Yeah, I've used the negative before. So, like, if you do Boston minus beans, and it's uh, it'll never bring up.
It'll never bring up Boston beans.
Right. You get the idea.
Yeah.
So interesting. Well,
So
I
hopefully
guess
Charles gets here so he can take over your spot and you can figure it. Well, you already know the answer to that now.
I
Maybe
can try it.
you can
I
try
can
it.
try it in Certitude and see what happens. Yes. Now, it isn't the greatest Christmas movie. I don't know. I'm still debating whether it is even a Christmas movie. Bobby Orr's number. There you go. Hey Darren, good year long. All right. Very cool. Um
Just saying.
Interesting. Oh, you're gonna bring it up.
Oh, it's Sharon, isn't it?
There we go. Here, I'll put us on the side. It'll kill the banner.
Yeah.
It is not
All
a
right.
Christmas movie, but I liked it. I like Die Hard. Have you seen the Die Hard Advent calendar?
I have not.
So you're familiar with Advent calendars. So this
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
Advent this Advent calendar is has little tabs on the side for each day of December. And as you pull each one, instead of getting a little piece of chocolate like a really good Advent calendar would have, it makes Hans fall. It's like he's falling off the building at the very end of the movie. Oops, spoiler alert. Sorry about that. But he falls a little further in the Advent calendar as you pull the days of the month. I thought that was clever. So um, anyway, all right, we're gonna get into some other now. In something else we want to mention tonight is there's Google Images, there's Google Earth, there's Google, you name it.
I'm gonna back up even farther than that. There's more than Google.
Google's,
So
yeah,
in the show notes for tonight, I've got a list of other search engines. I mean,
right.
Google's got. I think I read it was like 95% of the market. I forget. But there's
Oh,
other search
probably.
engines like I used to use Dogpile a lot, and I just forgot about it.
I remember
Um,
Dogpile.
there's some that used to be that have gone away, like Alta Vista. But
Oh
there's a
yeah,
whole there's a whole list of them we've got here, and some of them use Google. They just don't use your tracking stuff. Some of
right.
them, if you use their search engine, it supports some kind of cause. Like one of them
Oh, that's kind of
uh,
a neat idea.
is Give Water, and it part of your search stuff gets money to them to give to charities that do water
That's neat.
kind of stuff. So
That's a great idea to make a search engine that has something like that. That's a good idea. I've used DuckDuckGo before. I think it's a guy at work used all the time. I think that he was really concerned about the government tracking him. Whatever. I don't care at this point. I'm sure the government has a long file on me that they, for whatever reason.
hey, if they track you when you get lost, you can call for help.
Right. Say, you know me. I'm on your list.
Where am I at? Get
You
me back
listen to
to
all
the
my.
road.
That's right. You listen to all my devices. You should be able to figure out where I'm at. So anyway, there's some. I put them up on the screen there. Swiss cows. I think that's a great name for one.
Yeah, and I put the in the notes underneath that there's the article got the stuff from it that describes these website search engines a
Oh,
little
okay.
more.
Very cool.
All right, there's a
Yep.
giveaway.
Dog pile's good. All righty. So we want to go through. So I just want to mention, yes, that's for another show. That's for another show. So Google Images, Google Maps, Google Earth, Google all those other things. Tonight we're going to focus just on Google being your friend, but mostly the search engine because we're going to talk about some websites, some cache pages that use Google, but also some tricks to using the Google search. We've got also a link to an article called 20 Google search tips to use Google more efficiently. So that's always helpful. So where do you want to start? You want to go to the couple of the
Bring,
Google or
bring up
couple
the
cache
Google
pages?
page. No, bring up the page just for a minute.
Okay. Let me bring up I got Boston Beans over here. We can bring that page up and put something else in.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can leave Boston beans on there. Okay, with what I'm going to show you,
Okay.
because there's things people forget to get her on there.
Yep.
So if you, boy, now I got to look at mine. Because let's see.
Somebody asking about our background. I don't know if it's Ingress or not. I do remember Ingress. I don't know if Ingress, I assume is still around, but that's something Charles found one somewhere, but that's our background.
Okay, now that I can see what I was doing. So up there below the search bar,
Yep.
there's a thing that says more.
Oh yeah. I never clicked on that. Oh, I have before. I never
Click on
mind.
the
I have.
more,
Yep.
and it should bring up a time thing. And I mean, not more. I'm sorry. Hit the one that says tools.
Oh yeah. Tools. Yeah.
Tools.
I've used tools before. Yeah. Anytime all results is what I think it defaults to, right?
Right. Well, there's drop them. So anytime you could
Oh yeah.
use.
A
So
custom
like,
range.
it's kind of sucky while I was using this today, but I read a letter and found out a lady I knew died this summer. And I
Oh,
was looking for her obituary, nothing was really coming up. So put
right.
in her last name, and in the search time, I put the last year
Right.
to narrow it down. I still didn't find an obituary for her, but at least
Those are yeah, that's a good idea.
that's a good way to do it, especially if it's a common name.
Right.
But if you knew an exact range to look for, there's also custom range in there. And then the results, well, there's all results, and then there's verbatim. So that verbatim thing is kind of like putting your stuff in quotes up there, like we had done
Oh,
earlier.
okay, cool. Let me put something else. Put geocaching in. So right. So if you do verbatim, you're telling it that you want something very specific, obviously,
Very
verbatim.
specific.
Right.
So geocaching is pretty common. Think of something, a goofy phrase or something.
Instead of huh.
Raised in a barn. I'm just
Okay. Oh, okay. Good.
raised in a barn.
Gotcha. If you do verbatim, it it struggles because it
Oh
knows
no,
it.
they're good. Raised in a barn. Idioms by the Free Dictionary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm saying if you do I okay. All results though gives you some sort of Facebook page, which you didn't want. But there's idioms. Yep. Were you born in a barn? Were you born and raised in a barn? Definitions. Were you raised in a barn?
Maybe I was.
Raised in a barn. All right. What else can we do here?
Hit the more thing.
Okay.
Um,
Maps, books, flights, finance.
So
That's pretty
that's, and then of course up to the left of that, all that news and images and videos. So you know, you
cool.
can do other filters there. So you could look for something that's a video that was made in the last 24 hours or 2 months
Right.
ago. You can put in specific stuff. So that's ways to filter with just what's on there.
Okay.
So now you can play around with how you've got your stuff in there, raising a barn, or you, if you left it like that, obviously, well, clear your
Clear it out.
or maybe your time and all the other stuff.
All right. All clear. Any view, any document, anytime. Boy, I got
Yeah.
currently set. Yep.
Okay. So we kind of covered the first three things to look at. If you put it in quotes, it would be, I mean, as you got it there, it's looking for just raising a barns, kind of like that. But if any of those words showed up, it would bring something up. And when you put it in quotes, it's looking for that exact phrase on the cache on the web page or the
Right.
page.
Makes sense.
If
Right.
you put a plus in front of words, it's
Right.
saying it has to include that word.
Okay.
And minus
Or
is in
minus
front of a
means take
word.
it away.
I don't
Right.
want it. It's excluded. Like you did Boston, and then you put minus beans. So you brought up everything about Boston except for Boston beans.
Right. So I did minus Pew because I saw that in the search below, and now that is gone
That's gone.
because it was on. Because if you take it out, you'll see that that's like another alternate to raised in a barn is I wasn't born in a pew or raised in a barn. So see, there's the word
Yeah,
pew.
took
So
that one
took it
out.
out. Yep. Okay. Keep
All right,
on trucking.
you can use the asterisk, the little thing on your number 8 key,
Yep.
as a to um,
Raised in an asterisk. That way it can. Oop. Let me go back. So it could be raised in a. It could be anything.
raising anything.
Raised by a killer. Ew. Men raised by women. What he won't tell mom. Raised by the world. It just kind of goes into a whole. Boy who was raised as a dog. Wow, what a great book that must be. Anyway, yeah. So asterisk's good. Yep. Wild card, as we always called it in
Yeah,
the IT world. Okay.
you have or. So let's just pick two totally random words.
Okay.
Um, carrot. I'm gonna pick. Let's say carrot, and then put or.
Or
Make it,
I think
and I think it has to be capital,
right.
capital or, and
If we put in word like cake,
radio. Say
radio. Okay.
radio. So now it's gonna bring up either one of those things. So look, the first one has radio. The second one has carrot.
Has grown a carrot.
Now I can't think of a good example why you'd want to use that
Right.
off the top of my head. I get something, but it's there if you ever need it.
Interesting.
Which
Okay.
makes me wonder if and is in there.
I think
But you
and
could do,
is available.
the and if you did it and plus, um, plus
Right.
if you do
This
plus
definitely has
carrot and plus radio and just see if anything comes up. Now I'm curious.
plus carrot plus radio.
And put the plus in front of the radio also.
Yeah, I was going to do that. I was
Okay.
getting there. Keyboard deficient tonight. Should give us this Candy Carrot, which was a radio service back in 1934. Search the web instead for plus carrot plus radio. Oh, so brought up this book.
Okay.
Moonless Moon. I don't know. Let's see if the Must have both in the book somewhere. Oh, I'd have to
You'll-
search the whole book. Oh well.
Maybe one of the critters ate a carrot at night.
Yeah, it could be. Control F. Carrot. Oh, that's weird. Must be in there somewhere. All right, you get the idea. Okay, so
you could
pluses.
you could put two dots between
Uh,
numbers to look for a
carrot
range.
Carrot Radio. That's pretty funny. There's actually a Carrot Radio website. Okay. I'm sorry. Date range. Tell me that again.
You put two dots between the numbers to look for a range of something. So
So a colon or no?
no, not it'd be between numbers. So let's say
Oh,
leave radio and let's just
okay.
say 650 and dot 670.
Okay. 670 like that.
Yeah,
50 colon 670.
so that should bring up some radio stations that are
Oh, it also brought up some other items that are have about 650, 670. Oh yeah, look, there you go. Between 650 and 670 megahertz antenna. Cool.
well,
Yeah.
I just learned
That could
something because I was thinking AM radio stations.
Yeah, that could be definitely handy. See, it brought it up in the search over here too, or you could see it. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Slinkered her water boy. Or and. Okay. I like that one. I like the colon. That works as a search tool. What else you got?
Uh, some of these others I have never used, but never know, may need them for a puzzle someday.
Sure.
Put the at sign in front of something and it's going to search social media.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I've used that before. So if I put in Facebook, I look for radio at Facebook, and there's a bunch of websites that have to do with uh, that are Facebook is added as a part of the search. So that's good. So if you did coin at Geocache Talk. Hey, look, comes up to our store. Shameless plug. Look at that. Look at that shameless plug. Kadoki. I like that one. What else you got?
Hashtag, you're going to search hashtags.
Oh, like hashtag geocache. There you go. Geocache coins. Cool.
If you put hashtag geocache talk, what it would do?
Geocache talk. Oh, the leaderboard, the Geocache talk leaderboard challenge coin. Geo Dandrews has his out there for discovery. How about that? Nice. Cool. All right. What else you got?
Site and then a colon and then whatever, and it'll search for a website with that name.
Oh, okay. So if you were to do, you're talking about a colon?
You put site, SITE,
Oh, site. Oh, gotcha. Site colon.
colon.
Um, cash
Again,
advance.
okay, cash advance.
Maybe I didn't do it right. Cash dash advanced. I think it's the. Oh, this way. Site cash advance. Oh, Let me look at the notes real quick. Site colon put in front of word to search for a website. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What if you just put cache and left it at that?
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to put in an actual website. You want to put in like you said, like cache. Sorry, geocache. It's trying to find. Basically, it's trying to find a website that's geocache. Right? You know what you're saying? It's doing.
It should, yeah, and you would think it'd find something.
Google Search Console. We're struggling with that one.
Huh.
Site. Site colon. Usage. Well, that one should work, but for some reason we're having trouble with it. All right, next one because we're going to get to some websites here some cache pages here in a minute. Is there another one you want to run in? You want to hit?
Related would find front with the colon would find website name. Said put in front of website name to find stuff related to that website. Link in front of link with all of these have a colon, so it's whatever word I'm telling you and colon. Link
Right.
would be search for a word that's as part of a link.
Oh, okay. Link.
INURL would look for what the colon is looking
Oh,
for a websites with that word and a web address.
right.
Maybe that's where you're looking for the cache advance thing.
Right. That might be a better way to do it. Do it that way. Right. So this one has websites that have the word barn in it. So that's cool. I like that. Very cool.
And in title is just looking for whatever word you put after it in the title of a web page.
Oh, okay.
And then all these filters, you can combine them different ways. So
Right.
I didn't bring up any kind of specific example from a puzzle, but I mean, I know from the past I've searched stuff where I put something in quotes,
Right.
added a bunch of plus stuff, took a bunch of and put some minus stuff in there to just kind of narrow down the search.
That's a good idea. Yeah. That is a really good idea. So just a quick reset. If you're
Like
just
one I'm thinking of.
uh-huh.
I didn't know what a gold bug cipher was, so I was working
Oh
on the
yeah.
puzzle. I had that at the time, and I kind of remember putting in gold bug and then plus cipher because I knew I was dealing with some kind of cipher, so
Right.
definitely wanted cipher, but I'd never heard of gold bug at the time though.
Right. Good
And
example.
then
Yeah.
I think I found Edgar Allan Poe, and I probably put his name in quotes after that to just kind of keep
Right.
drilling until I got to something that explained.
Very cool. All right. So if you just joined us recently, since I mentioned it early on in the show, if you put in hashtag capital G, capital I, capital Y, capital F, Google is your friend, you'll be entered in a drawing to win a puzzle coin, puzzle talk coin. So, and then at the end of the show, we're going to give away another one, another puzzle talk coin for our audio listeners. By the way, that will need to be sent to puzzle talk podcast at gmail.com. You'll need to do that before next Tuesday night at 8 because actually do it
8
before.
p.m. Central.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to put that in because we need time to find the winner. So you'll want to do it midnight on Monday, which that would be the 20th. So December 20th midnight is the your last chance to win the Puzzle Talk coin. Um,
from
when
the
we
audio
ask a
side.
question, yeah, we'll ask a question at the end of the show. All right, so let's. I want to pull up a page that we found we found a minute ago. We're not going to solve the puzzle for you, but I found this to be interesting, Tom. And I thought that this would be a good one. I know you've got some others too, so let me bring up mine, and then I can share yours as well. But here is a page we're going to look at. Um, bring up a cache page we're going to look at, and it's called "Throw Everything at Google." Let me close this. So that's
But not at your monitor,
no.
unless you want a new monitor.
So if you want to follow along at home, you can put in GC7W as in water, P as in puzzle, X as in X file, or and not or and D as in difficulty. And you can follow along with us as we discuss cache.
G7WPX.
C7WPXD. So mainly, I want to talk about some of the information that this cache owner put into this particular cache page. So, a couple things that they added: Puzzle 101 by Lotus, and he's got a rules for this puzzle, which I like. I've never seen that. I don't know if you've seen this before, Tom. You've looked
I
at a lot of
have.
puzzles
So
before.
this looks familiar. I haven't solved this one, but that
I
looks familiar.
I like the fact that he put this in here because so for audio listeners, I'm gonna read his rules. Rules for this puzzle: no intentional red herrings, no oddball or fishiness, as he calls it. Methods of presenting coordinates, UTM, for example, or also have coordinates read backwards, and no leaving off the N32 or W97 just to make it more difficult. There may be more than one layer on this puzzle. Collaboration is allowed, and you may ask me for hints after there's been an FDF. So, kind of a nice little rule thing, just to kind of give sort of a level set this puzzle cache a little bit. So, here's what he puts in his description. One of the first things I do with a new puzzle is throw everything I know at Google. This is Tom, by the way. This is really
Yeah, I
Tom.
would do that.
This is you to a T, right?
Pretty well. At some point, yes.
Yeah, right. So he writes, one of the first things I do with a new puzzle is throw everything I know at Google and see what sticks. You see, Google is very good at making sense of what might be seemingly random information. Thus, take what you know from the puzzle, type, copy, paste into a Google search, and then see what Google makes out of the information. And I like this next part. Tell me what you think about this. He says, when working with puzzles, and if you don't know where to start, I I will try to block everything into 14 or 15 segments, as in number of digits in a set of coordinates. In this situation, there are 15 pictures in this particular cache we're looking at. There's 15 pictures between the start and the finish. I'd suspect each picture represents a digit in the coordinates. Since you know I specified a starting location, you know the first picture, which in this cache page is Elvis, is probably a 3. The second picture, America, is probably a 2. Now you might be able to solve the rest with guesswork, but I assure you there is a logical method for the picture assignment. You just have to figure it out. So I like that he did that. I mean, he kind of gives you, he's sort of teaching you a little bit about Google at the same time he's giving you a puzzle to solve, a cache page. So
Hmm.
I like that. If you have
And
trouble
he gets.
identifying pictures, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say he goes into Google image search.
Yeah, which is cool. We'll do that. That definitely is. That's a full show talking about Google image searches. But that's a cool item he put in there as well. to work through. One interesting thing about solving puzzles of this type and nature is that there's sometimes multiple ways to come up with good coordinates. I call that an unintentional red herring. This puzzle has one, so I'll tell you now. Consider two alternatives with the below list of 10 unique words. It isn't row line number, although I wish I had used it because everyone jumps to that assumption first. Oh, and click the image for a larger version. Some of the text can be difficult to read. So it gives you a lot of clues to go through, gives you some other things to use, which we will get into tonight. But people struggle with this one. Did you see this? Did you see the certitude on this one, Tom?
Yeah.
132 and 388. Whoops. Yeah. Then he has a note to puzzle cache owners. When creating a puzzle of this type, I find it useful to make sure I find coordinates where I use every digit from 0 through 9. That way, the solver doesn't have to make any assumptions about which digits I used. I also recommend using a source of material that isn't likely going to change. Ugh, to tell a story about my cat that disappeared because I foolishly picked a site that did not stick around. Although you could use a Wayback Machine nowadays to pull it up. I consider Wikipedia a fairly reliable source despite its ease of change. Just remember to base your puzzle on the content of Wikipedia and not necessarily what row or column a piece of information appears in, because depending on your subject material, that could change. That's a good point. That's a very good point. And then information about the page itself. So I like that one. I like that.
And of course, I'm trying to think, where would I begin with this?
With that particular one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you click on each picture.
It's one picture, isn't it?
Oh, it is one picture. You're right. Oh, I thought he was going to give you different ones. There's two. There's two Elvises. No, I got him distracted. There's a problem. Never have Tom on your show if you're going to talk puzzles because he's going to get distracted and want to solve the puzzle. So stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it, Tom. Stop. You got to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm gonna work on this puzzle for a while.
Well, I mean, I thought, okay, if it's going across and you got Elvis and then you got the shield there, well, I thought, okay, Elvis Aaron Presley, that's 3 words. That'd give you 3. And that shield's for Captain America, right? So that's 2.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm lost.
After that, you lost. Oh well. Okay. Let me bring up another page and we'll look at this one together. The irony of this one is the name of it. But let me bring it up so people can look with us. All right. Next cache we're going to look at is GC9, F as in fizzy, V as in virtual, and then terrain, GC9FV TT. And ironically, this one is, I'll bring up the page. Training puzzle number 4. Google is your friend. How about that? Your favorite slogan, Tom. I'm gonna get you a shirt that says that with a little puzzle talk on it.
Well, this one I actually have a clue how to solve.
Oh, well,
I haven't
good.
done it, but I have a clue.
You have a clue. I'm glad you're not clueless.
I am not clueless on this one.
This is a 2 1.5, so not too hard.
Yeah,
But,
I think that difficulty's probably right. At least for the puzzle part of it.
Right.
It's only got 30 finds. When did this come out? Oh, just September this year. Okay. And
That's
it's in
cool.
Minnesota, so I was gonna find it now because it's probably under 20 feet of ice and snow by now.
Probably 20 feet. That's pretty funny. I don't think there's that much snow up there right now, but there could be. They had that giant storm come through there the other day, and
I'm in South Texas for a reason.
exactly. Like most geocaching puzzles, this isn't an original idea. So he has a shout out to another cache page by Charlie Whiskey as one of his inspirations. I thought I would hide a few puzzle caches that could teach new cachers about some of those common types of puzzles. I'm doing this not because I'm a great puzzle solver. Quite the opposite. I struggle with most puzzles greater than two. You and me both, buddy. Difficulty often must ask for a hint. Uh, he mentions Google Toolbox is kind of handy. Yes, I have.
Geocache toolbox. Yeah.
Yeah, geocaching toolbox. Sorry, I have seen many of the more common easy puzzle types, and I wanted to encourage new cachers to not automatically avoid all caches with the question mark icon. I'm always currently out. I'm I'm also currently out of the original puzzle idea, so this will be an easy one. He says, "Google's your friend." So he goes through and gives you some some ideas or some tips and tricks. Remember that even after you Google and find a web source that matches your keywords, titles, or phrases, you should need to identify the key that will allow you to convert to coordinate numbers. Some of the simpler keys that are used include list order numbers, months, days, years. If multiple numbers are given in the key, usually the last number is all you need, but not always. Really, any number or numbers associated with whatever you've Googled could be uh, a key. So he gives information, then he gives you stuff to do, and then he gives us using the standard solution checker on this page. By the way, again, we've talked about checkers. You can use whatever checkers you'd like, or I guess you're not required to use a checker, are you?
You're not required to. Well, no, I don't think you are. But it's highly encouraged.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, highly encouraged.
So what would you do on that one though?
Uh you know me. I'm gonna read. I'm not one of those that doesn't read a hint. If you give me a hint, I don't care what it is. I'm reading the hint. That's just that's just me. I know some people are like, I'm not gonna look at that hint. I'm not gonna look at it unless I absolutely have to. You
It
can't.
depends.
I am.
On
You
this one, I
cash.
don't think I would have had to.
I know, but you cash your way. Not you, but I'm saying you. Everyone out there in the world, you cash your way, and you let me cash my way. So, my way is you put a hit. I'm reading the hit.
Well, if we were up north right now, or if it was August here right now, I'd be reading that hint before I got out of the car because I'm not wasting any time outside the car.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I either want the heat or the AC, depending on where we're at.
Exactly. So from the hint, I think I could kind of go through and look at because it's a bunch of movies, right? I need to look
It's a
closely
bunch of
enough.
movies. Yeah,
So, uh,
probably. It's
I don't.
probably the year it came out, or going from the hint. Well, first thing I would have tried, and then maybe failed at is what year the movie came out. And then
Right.
when that failed, I'd read the hint, and it said the award goes to, so that would be
Could it
Academy Award. So
one
what
one
year?
thing that
What year? Go ahead.
well, I'm sorry, but my thought is since he's got a whole range. I mean, he's got a fairly large list. So my thinking is each movie is a single digit. So
Yes,
my thought is that it's not the year that it won, but the year that it did win. I'm wondering if they give you like on somewhere they give you a list like of the movies that were nominated, and if it holds true. So One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest was one of them. If I were to Google the Academy Award for that year, I wonder if it's in a certain or how many times it won, maybe that year. How many awards it won?
It could be how many awards it won. Didn't think about that one. That's a good answer.
Awards won. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the first number probably wouldn't be a 9, would it?
No, but he already
Oh.
gives you North 44 and West 93. So you're looking for
Oh,
10
okay.
numbers.
So
Right?
9 could be, yeah. We did a puzzle up this way that I thought about you on, Tom, because it was it was layers. So not only you had to figure out the first layer, then you had to go to the next layer, and then there was even a third layer on top of it, and you're like,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh." I mean, it
you
was
either
just a
love or hate those.
I hated it. But I know that some people love it. But I mean, we were like racking our brains cuz like we know we figured out it was music. That's why I thought it, cuz this was Academy Award, which has music in it as an option, but to take and have a song, okay, so or a group, an artist, and a song, okay, so we're narrowing it down. We think we've got it, and it's like, yeah, but within the song, he refers to something, and then from that reference, you have to then go to. It's like, oh my gosh, it was just to me, it was too many layers for a cache page to get into, but it was what it was. It is what it is. It's still active, and
If I was out in the field, I probably wouldn't enjoy that. If it was 20 degrees outside and I'm sitting at my computer whining because I can't go outside, it might be all right.
it might be okay. You're exactly right. There's a good example.
You
We
don't
got
have
one
to
more.
find them every day, and you don't have to solve them every day. You save that for a rainy day.
Exactly. This next one's got it's kind of a look to be kind of a booger. Let me bring up the page and I'll give it to the chat room to follow along with us. It's also called Google is Your Friend. And let me bring up the page. This is another one you found, so I'm gonna let you talk about it. Let me put it in the chat room, and then I'll tell you what it is for audio listeners. It is GC 420 ET, like ET phone home. GC 420 ET. And kind of interesting. Cashed out with post coordinates, whatever. And he kind of, I mean, the certitude kind of scares me a little bit. 43 thumbs up and 238 dope. That's what you get, by the way, if you've never used certitude. You get Homer either way.
Yeah.
You get the Wahoo,
Or the
woohoo, or you get the dope. A lot of dope in this one. So what are you seeing off the top of your head that would be
well, I went
of
ahead
use
and
to people?
I just went ahead and clicked that
Oh, you can click on it, can't you?
how to solve the thing.
How solve Baja TYM puzzles. Oh, how to solve
and,
Google puzzles,
and you get some videos, and
right?
then under the video, okay, cat, you got to go. Yeah,
Jigsaw
there's a
puzzle
cat now.
creator. Oh,
He's got a puzzle thing there, so
huh. Puzzle created by this user. So I guess you could search this direction, right?
and he's got
It's on Jiggity, which should be a jigsaw puzzle, right? 130
yeah.
pieces. Solve the puzzle. I'm wondering if that's what you need to do. I don't know if you've ever done this and won't do it on the show, but I like Jiggity. We did a show on about Jiggity, but ooh, this one's a little rough, ain't it?
Yeah.
And
Wonder,
there's a side there. Oh, no, that's not. It's just a side. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm bad at.
I don't know which one would be which. So I mean, it may.
Well, I would. I guess I try to solve this one as soon as it comes up for this person. I mean, how to solve a Baja TYM puzzle, and he does have Jiggity as a possibility. I don't know. Like you said, I'm not quite sure. I might chase that. I might chase that fish until it turns into a herring, but
That could be something fun. Besides, hey, I like doing jigsaw puzzles online anyway.
they're fun. I like them. I've done a couple that are they're not easy. Some can be easy, but this one's 130 pieces, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll probably
But
do that before I go to bed tonight, just to
there you go.
say I did
See
it.
if it because you never know. It might have something. It might have a clue within it. So all right. So before we give away the coin, give people a last chance tonight to get their name in the hopper. Put in hashtag GIYF in all caps in the chat room. And
So hopefully after tonight, Google is your friend and not just an acquaintance.
exactly. Have you seen the have you searched have you Google searched Google is your friend?
No.
Well, if you do that, you will see Homer or you see Bart, and one of the things Bart, if you go to images, Bart is writing on the you know how he is the where he's standing at the chalkboard,
Yep.
and one of the things he's looking at. Sorry, I've got distracted. I'm going to show it to you. So if you Google is your friend.
I will always use Google before I ask stupid questions. I
I
like that.
thought
Is that Google, that's from a website. Google is your best friend.
that's funny though. Yes, but I found that
Uh,
to be humorous. That's I use Google before asking dumb questions, so that's another one that's similar to that one. So anyway, I found that to be funny. Google's your friend. Google's your best friend. Google's your friend. False. Google is not a sentient being. Ugh, I can speak tonight. Oh well. Found that to be humorous. All right. We've got 20 entries, Tom. Let's get to sharing this page. And let's get to giving away a coin. What do you think?
I think so. I just
All right. There we are. Are we ready? Push the button. Pot right, as they say in the poker world. Or we used to say it. All right. Here we go. Punching the button. See who wins a coin. Oh, there goes spinning. Google Catherine can see Force Awake. Dear, Teresa Rogers, aka Fishing Kitty.
Yeah, and she can just drive over and pick it up
Congratulations.
from you.
She probably could. That's a little bit of a hike from. Is she out by Abilene?
Yeah,
Teresa? She's out by Abilene, right?
that's what, about a 2-hour drive from you, or is that
Yeah,
3?
not too bad. Yeah, a couple hours.
Trip
So,
trip to the store.
congratulations, Teresa Rogers, aka Fishing Kitty. All right. So, if you're audio listener, or if you didn't win, if you're not Teresa, you can't win again. Sorry, at least for a while. If you'd like to win the other Puzzle Talk coin I've got, I can bring this down. You don't have to hashtag anything anymore because that's over. So if you'd like to win this coin, still, I have a question for you. You'll want to send the answer to Puzzle Talk Podcast, all one word, at gmail.com. The answer to this question, and it is, let me get back to my top of the screen here. Where'd it go? I'm keeping people in suspense because I wrote it down and now it's disappeared on me.
Did you
Don't
write it in
worry.
the cache notes?
I'll find it. It's in the show notes. Yeah. It's up the top, I think. It slipped by me. Yes. Which I will take out of the show notes, by the way, before I post them. There we are. Google. So the question is, when did the Google story begin? What year? In what year did the Google story begin? It began at Stanford University. Larry Page was considering Stanford for grad school, and Sergey Brin, a student there, was assigned to show him around. And that is the beginning of Google. And what year was that? Send me the year. Send us the year at puzzletalkpodcast@gmail.com. It's going to be those guys because I don't get onto that webpage, but I know Charles and Tom get on there. They will then do a random.org of the correct answers. And we'll announce the winner next Tuesday. You have until Monday night to send in your answer to win a coin. So there you go. When did Google start, in a sense? But use the information I gave you, and I'll probably leave the information in there, but I'm going to put question marks. So
That works.
That works. So you got some information. You got something to Google the answer. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I guess people figured out you could Google it. Never mind. Okay.
Maybe they'll Bing it or.
Yeah, go ahead and Bing it and see if you get the same answer. That'd be pretty funny. Is Bing it? Is that something? I know Bing is a website, but is Bing it? But people don't use it like that, do they? I don't think they do.
No.
Okay.
But I didn't bring this up when we talked about the decisions. So sometimes anywhere with Google, I'll try a different search engine because some of them don't use Google as their engine in the background. So you come up with some different stuff.
It's good. It's a good thought. You might be able to do a puzzle that way too, where you put, if you can find something in one search engine and then you just put as a clue, you go, maybe Google isn't your friend, and people can go hunt for the answer that way. Just a thought. Clever.
And we both lost on our Charles bet.
We did booze. We both lost. So no Whataburger for us.
Well, for you, I already had mine, and I bet, and that's probably why he's late. He probably stopped at one.
He probably did. Yeah, we didn't need him anyway. We don't need Charles.
We don't need no stinking Charles. Until next week.
We miss him. Yes, we miss you, Charles. I'm sure you'll be back. He's in transit. So all righty. Well, thanks everybody. And we'll see you same bat time, same bat channel next week, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for another puzzle talk.
Look, he matches
Kitty.
my shirt.
Bye, Kitty. Bye, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.